Oh my gosh.
That's funny, dude.
I love that. My email's long. You want me to jump right in?
Dive in.
Okay.
Dive in.
This comes from Christina Cardwell. This is a sad alert. It does touch on miscarriage. And so just like a warning to our audience, if you want to skip past this, you totally can. But this is just a grandmother's take on her son and her daughter-in-law and them going through a miscarriage situation, how they're dealing with it, the thoughts and feelings of it. And here we go. Hey guys, my name is Christina, and I am the proud mama bear of a United States Army Ranger. Thank you for your service, dude. Hope I can keep my story short and interesting because I know it would mean the world to my son if you read this. Our family has been in a whirlwind of joy and agony in the past few months. To start out, my son is just a sweetheart of a soul. If you can imagine a soldier trained to be a lethal weapon, to be a sweetheart. But yes, he has been since the day he was born. He joined the Army right out of high school and, of course, decided a Ranger is what he wanted to be. The process is a long story, but what a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, my tears. He made it through basic training, Ranger assessment, and selection program, RASP, Airborne School, and Ranger School.
Damn.
So safe to say, dude's cooking.
Yeah.
So it was his dream and he did it. I think he was 21 when he finished all of that with a couple of deployments in between. If you know anything about Ranger School and Ranger Regiment, it is definitely a man's club. He has had the time of his life. Trust me when I say he has sowed his oats, but he was growing tired of a crazy single bachelor life and dreaming of settling down and starting a family. He's a handsome devil, and he has had a few quote-unquote relationships. A long time ago, I told him not to tell me about his ladies until he knows he is serious because I would fall in love with them and he would end up breaking up with them. So I really don't know about his latest. I really didn't know about his latest girl until a few months ago. He starts telling me he is thinking about buying a ring. And I can't tell you how many prayers I've prayed for my boy to find his one. Since the moment I saw his sweet little face, I've prayed for his wife, that he would find the woman of God for him. So I guess I wasn't too shocked when he called and asked if his father was close by because he had something to tell us. I did want to slap my 26-year-old son when he said that they were using the quote-unquote pull-out method for birth control. Are you kidding me? In parentheses. He brought her to meet the family for Easter Sunday, and we fell in love with her. They embraced this baby with their whole hearts and began planning for a wonderful future. They got married at the courthouse the first week of May, planning to do the church wedding after the baby is born. And the gender reveal was a couple weeks later. The Monday after Mother's Day, my son sent me the guy's Mother's Day episode and told me to start listening the minute that he found out that he was going to be a dad. I told him to keep listening to y'all. It's the best dad advice I had ever heard. Thank you, Christina. I wish his dad had something like that back in the day. And now, winky face, he was excited to be a dad and become the best husband he can be. And then last Wednesday, I got the worst phone call from my new daughter-in-law. At her 12-week checkup, my baby grandson was gone. I will never, as long as I live, unhear the agonizing crying of my son when he called me an hour later when he had heard the news. His son was gone, and he was desperate to be released from his training and to get to his young wife, who also was / living her worst nightmare. My heart ached for them, and it was all I could do to get in my car and rush to them. My son is not a boy anymore. He is a man and a husband. He was doing what he needed to do and protect and defend his family. He did what he had to do to get off work and make the 4-hour drive to his wife. Yesterday, they went to the hospital to make the surgery to remove the baby from her body. He has been by her side every second, and they both have held each other through the darkest days of their lives. It is gut-wrenching, but also beautiful to watch them do what men and women who truly live out what marriage is in sickness and in health. Miscarriage is such a dark and taboo subject in our culture. And well-intentioned people say things that sting, like, you are young and you can have another, or, well, at least it happened early in the pregnancy. No one knows what to say. And for a man, people just overlook the pain that he is going through. My son was madly in love with his baby boy, who he planned to name after his dad, his papa, who passed away 2 years ago. They had a whole future ahead that has now been shattered, and they are lost right now. And in the end, I think this will make their marriage stronger, but the days ahead will be hard and full of so many tears. Please shout out the dads, the moms, the grandmas and grandpas, aunties and uncles and cousins going through the pain of miscarriage. Those babies are real. They still live on with the Lord, and we will wait for the day when we see their beautiful faces. All my love and gratefulness for all you do for parents, Christina Williams Gigi. That is a really cool story.
Yeah.
That is a really cool story. That's a really hard story.
And from perspective of grandma too.
Yeah. It for anybody currently going through that, or has been through that, or is desperately trying for a child and they're listening to this show, my heart really does go out to you, because I have met people that I'm very close to in my life that the only thing they want on this green earth is to be a mom or a dad. That's like truly all that they want.
Yeah.
Business goals and aspirations aside, personal goals and aspirations aside, they just want to be a mom or a dad. And they come across loss like this, or they come across the obstacles of getting pregnant. Getting pregnant's hard for them. They're going through IUI. They're going through IVF. And it is a battlefield, one that I haven't fought on. You've talked numerous times on this podcast about it. But I think the really beautiful part about all those stories, the only silver lining that I can take away from it, is what incredible parents those parents will be when they eventually have that day, or if they have to adopt, or whatever the answer is. That child is so lucky that they are going to get brought up in that house, because their parents wanted them so desperately and wanted to raise them and pour into them and build them into wonderful humans that they get to share life with. It's just like a very beautiful thing. It's so dark and hard and taboo, like she said, to talk about.
Yeah.
But there is a silver lining. I'll get off my soapbox, but
You did a great job explaining that.
thank you.
And like seeing like the hope and what the future does look like if when they do have a child, because they understand the magnitude of how hard it is. Like, you know, when my wife and I were going through IVF, very stressful. Very stressful on my wife. Like, women feel like it's their bodies or their fault. And
All the appointments that you have to
yeah. And also it's like, then when you hear stories, like we have friends that, you know, we were very fortunate to have Scotty on our first round of IVF. And then we're in the poor me, and not that the poor me isn't necessary. It is. You can't like sprint through any piece of adversity or pain that you're feeling. It's like, it is important to feel the pain and know what's going on. I know when you do talk to people, it is hard for others to fully understand everything going on in your life, to know that, oh, they're just wanting me to sit here or just be an ear for them during like this hard time. Because all of us, you just want to solve, you want to figure out, you want to grab optimism, or you want to grab hope, like latch onto hope, because hope you can work with. So when people are at a loss of words, it's not because they don't care or they don't know. It's like we all know that we're going to get through moments, that there is no sprinting through those moments, and you're going to have to feel those moments. And the people that are closest to you are going to feel them with you longer, or as long as you need them to. Because even my man, like, I'm sure him and his wife, like, this dude's a ranger. He's been through what he believes is hell. And this is like a new hell that, you know, he thinks this is the new worst thing that's happened to us. for mom. This is the worst thing that's happened to them. But they both like intuitively know that one day when they look back at this stuff, it's going to help. Like you said beautifully, it's going to shape them as parents on how precious everything is. Hey, how much this kid that's in front of us now, you are a miracle. While also still having space to mourn losing the first one.
Yeah, dude.
Like there's space for both. One feels much larger right now in this moment. And as they know, as we all know, in any hard moment that we are going through, whether it's currently or in the past, if it is in the past and way back when, you know that it shapes who you ultimately become. Like I've obviously spoke about my mom. Like there's so many hard things that all of us here and everybody listening that can look back to their hardest moments. You might be going through one now. That it does suck. And it will ultimately, I know you like when you're in it, you don't want to hear the ultimately part. You just want a buddy to sit there and like, yeah, man. I like sitting here, we're all giving a digital bear hug right now.
Oh, for sure.
Together, because that is hard. Even grandma is going through something watching from afar. And grandma might be speaking now where this couple could be listening to it and maybe they feel like they've made progress from it to where now it's they're living in that moment of pain for just for the fleeting moment.
Yes. And it doesn't minimize the hurt that you have from it. To quote, I've been listening to the audiobooks of A Song of Ice and Fire, not to throw Game of Thrones into this, but Tyrion Lannister had a great quote of pain is the past feeling so dangerously close and the future feeling so dangerously far away that you can't grasp it.
Man.
I loved that quote when I heard it. I was like, wow, that's a great picture of it. And they are in this moment. The hurt is real. And that future that you feel like you can't see or you can't touch is not going to minimize that hurt or what has happened in the past. It's not going to make it completely go away. And it's not going to make the fact that was really sad and that you're moving on from it doesn't mean that you don't care about it. But eventually those past and future will kind of equal out.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to get back into a headspace where you're ready to take this on because you have dealt with this in your past.
Tyrion Lannister.
Dude, he's a sicko, dude.
Dan Gable, pain is weakness leaving the body.
Oh.
No, but it's, well said, bro.
No one's ever drowned in sweat, dude.
Because too, like if you're somebody who knows somebody or somebody who's currently going through whether they just had a miscarriage and they're seeming like they're needing a shoulder to lean on, it's, dude, give them a hug, ask them, hey, how are you doing? But there's nothing, it's like the whole nobody's coming to save you mantra. Even like my wife and I, we've been through things. And even when I'm needing to hear, say it's you. I just want you to listen.
Yeah.
Ultimately, no matter what you give me, you're not able to, I don't know, correct or fix it. You give me some perspective, but no matter what, it's going to be the conversations that I'm having with myself or my own doing or my own choices that's going to fix the thing that I'm needing to be fixed.
I've had 2 or 3 of those convos with you, similar, where I didn't need an answer from you. It was more so I just felt like I could lean on you in that moment because of like our relationship, feeling comfortable with you, sharing it with you. And whether or not you had the answer didn't matter. It's just nice that I was able to share that with you. And, kind of lay that at your feet and you to go, dude, I see it. And that does suck. That's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for writing in. I have a big one here from Dylan Payne. I'm a pre-Scar listener back when dad losses were motherfucked moments and before Olipop really started popping. I'm reaching out to you guys to show love, but also to request deployment of all available PT6ers, MT6ers, Goon Berets, and every sicko willing to send my little girl their positive thoughts, prayers of strength, and healing energy. In February, after a routine 2.5-year check-in with our daughter Everly's pediatrician, a mass was felt in her lower abdomen. Initially, we were told it could be It could just be constipation, but need to take it seriously and get an ultrasound the following day. An ultrasound, CT, MRI, MIBG scan, 2 anesthesias, and 2 biopsies later, every parent's nightmare became our reality. Our daughter, who at the time was acting like a completely normal, energetic, sassy toddler, had been diagnosed with a rare cancer called ganglioneuroblastoma. That was my shot at that word. And had a 5-inch by 3-inch tumor that is putting pressure on her spine and close to interfering with a kidney function. Due to the complicated location of the tumor near her spine and difficulty of a resection at the time, we were recommended by multiple surgeons and oncologists to give 2 rounds of chemo at first, in hopes the tumor would shrink enough away from the spine and have a better chance at safety removing the tumor. Our little Evie the Brave took on those 2 rounds of chemo like Willie One Shelf would on the gridiron, like an absolute savage. Unfortunately, like Willie knows, you can put every ounce you have out there, and the outcome doesn't always favor you. Post-chemo scans showed the treatment was ineffective. Her team of doctors informed us that a 8 to 10 hour surgery is what we're looking at to remove roughly 90% of the tumor. My wife, being the absolute legend that she is, did what she does, which is not fuck around when it comes to our daughter. She immediately contacted the best of the best to handle our daughter's situation, which meant we will be flying to New York City.
Come on.
To have her operation at Memorial Sloan Kettering with a world-renowned surgeon.
Come on.
During the first chemo treatment, I did everything I could to deploy the good strategy. That proved impossible, but another powerful tool I learned from you guys came into play, and it changed how myself and even my wife are looking at these trying times. It's not we have to spend 4 or 5 nights in the hospital watching our sweet girl go through chemo. It's our sweet girl gets to fight this thing in an amazing facility full of incredible doctors and people. It's not we have to fly to New York City for a terrifying surgery, but how lucky are we that we get to take our little warrior to the best there is. God damn. Rest assured that during all of this, our little Everly is unshaken, unfazed, and showing us the meaning of resilience. She has taken every appointment, every treatment, every needle poke in stride. She also has no clue what she's teaching her mom and dada every time she walks through the hospital with her bald head hooked up to IVs. Acting like she owns the place and putting a smile on every face that walks by. We arrived in New York a few days ago and are in good spirits and having some fun as we prepare for surgery on the 29th. This is her national championship game, her Super Bowl. You might not know this little girl. Oh, Dylan. But believe me when I say this one is built for the A-gap. So wherever you place your bets, put the mortgage on our Evie to walk out on top and a prop bet. And a prop bet that she smiles the whole way through it. Cancer fucked with the wrong toddler. One last thing. Huge shout out and a massive round of applause to my wife and first ballot MT Sicko Hall of Famer. She's advocated and fought with every fiber in her being to make sure our daughter gets best possible care. The tenacity, perseverance, and strength you've shown are second to none, and it's no question our little girl has noticed and now exudes those same attributes during the last 3 months. You've led the charge from day one, and I'll follow you into any battle that stands in front of us. I love you more than the most. Our support from family and friends has been beyond incredible, but this is my official request to send the cavalry, the sickos. As we head into the unknown, we will need all the prayers, positive thoughts, and healing vibes to get through the next couple of weeks. From Dylan Payne, who sent in a bunch of photos.
Dude. First and foremost, pink hearts for Everly in the comments. And I know that feels very shallow and like whatever, but like,
Dude, send all the vibes.
yeah,
man.
send all the vibes. I'm trying. Y'all have seen me ugly cry on the show, and I'm trying really, really hard not to, because I grew up with a girl that was my age that battled cancer, a huge, like, we're talking grapefruit sized tumor in her brain, like the type that most surgeons are telling her parents, it's not a shot. There is not a shot. Like, cannot fix this. And they, I gotta get through this. Her saying that they stuck with was refuse to lose. And they went out of their way to find the right surgeon. And they went out of their way to find the right treatment, the right machines. And she's married with kids now. Like, she is a full-grown adult. And it was nothing short of a miracle. It was nothing short of a miracle. And that's why, like, when I hear that story, I know that there's not, like, a whole lot of hope in certain situations other than, like, Everly's a beast. She'd kick our ass. But I've seen it. Like, I've truly seen it. And, like, they have the best attitude imaginable.
Bro,
going
imaginable. Imaginable. That entire email, like all the verbiage, all the language, all the optimism, when it feels like this would clearly be a situation where not a lot of optimism exists.
Yeah.
Man, good luck. I know she is going to kick cancer's ass.
Oh, yeah.
All of our thoughts and prayers, absolutely everything imaginable vibe-wise towards you, Dylan, and your family. Your wife has seemed like a superstar. Everly has seemed like a superstar. Fuck. He said it's on the 29th.
Yeah.
Right now, we were recording on the 26th.
I'm so sorry. May 24th, 2 days ago, he sent. I had to resend for formatting, but he sent it on May 24th.
He said this, but the surgery's on the 29th, yeah?
Yes, apologies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
People listen right now, it's the 27th. Everly's about to go into her national championship or Super Bowl.
Dude, shout out that team and that surgeon. Like the team that's going to be like taking care of Everly, they're going to rip. They got this.
Yeah.
I'm so like, I just want to say this, dude. We say this way too much on the show, but like, I'm so weak sauce in the grand scheme of things, dude. I'm so weak sauce. It's not even funny, dude. That guy's a PT sicko, dude. Like, for real. I'm just a guy that loves quoting movies and like says dumb shit that's funny. That's literally all I am. And thank you for listening to the show, dude. Like, sharing that. So sick.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
Like we said it, but it feels like one of those things where you just want to continue to talk about. I wish they were just like he was present, so you just give him a.
Oh, dude. Lifetime supply of Olipop. Whatever the hell you want. Like, go to the store and just like, we'll give it all. Like, yeah.
Our hearts with you guys, man. May 29th.
May 29th. Big day.
I think we got to end the show now.
Yeah. I already did my lesson of the week. Home is where the heart is.
Dude, that's a heavy one. And I'm glad he wrote in. I'm glad you put all of this on. I'm glad you put all this down and wrote into us.
Yeah.
I know that just, you're sitting down waxing poetic with combining the universe with the hardest thing in the world you are going through right now.
Yeah.
So
and pink hearts for Everly, and that's like not even a call. Like, we call out dumb stuff to put in the comments because, you know, we love seeing people comment.
please keep us posted.
Yeah. Just for him to like see a bunch of pink hearts of a bunch of people that
He's calling the
are
cavalry,
supporting
bro.
him. Yeah.
We don't have
It doesn't
his,
feel.
handles or all we have is his email address. So
Yeah.
if anybody even just tags us and puts something out there for her, we'll make sure to try to get it in front of him.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, screenshots, send him and please, Dylan, keep us posted, man.
The legend.
I'm going to wake up thinking about this on Friday. I can only imagine, bro. Oh, well.
Dylan would rip having a cold one with too. He's funny, dude.
Hey, we need to have Dylan sitting here. Take your trash out, boys.
Yeah. Take your trash out. We love you.
Yeah. See you next week.
Yes.